2. And we're live.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're tuning in live right in this moment, please bring yourselves on in the room because you're in for a treat today. We got some special people in the room who's never been here before. So, we like to show mad love. Ultimately, also as well, we got some people back in the room who's been here before, who always gives it just the way you need it. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Homos Talk Show, week of September 14th, right here on Verse TV. So without further ado, before I introduce myself like I always do, I'm gonna save myself for last, but start things off. Talk to me. Who we got in the building today? Talk to me.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Anthony Cherry out here in LA representing STLs, and I got them cherries out.
Cherries out. Come through. I love it. Y'all pay close attention now and keep your mouth off the screen.
Yeah.
All right, now who else we got in the building? Talk to me.
Hey, it's your boy Rocky. I'm coming from Chicago. Typical author, music, all that.
Good stuff. Talk about it. Well, we get to the, we're going to give you all that good stuff later on. We can tell them where to find you, of course. And last but not least, in the building for the first time today, talk to me.
What's going on, y'all? My name is Dan. I'm from Philly, and I'm here for all my gamers, everyone. Shout out to all of y'all.
Representing, keeping it real. Oh, man, a whole new audience now. I like this. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, you already know who I am. I'm at Troy Weeks Music on everything here, representing for Verse TV. So let's get right to it. So Homos T. So we're kicking things off this week's with our Beat Fest. As you know, with Versus TV and Apple Music, they paired up together to create these different Versus things that are happening. But we call it Beat Fest for us here on Homos TV. Homos Talk Show. So without further ado, if you're watching, you paid attention, the legends, Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight were recently featured in the latest Versus TV. And it was super, dope to just have them two in the same room. I know we all have our opinions about it. We won't take all day on it, but I would love to hear everyone's opinions. When it's your turn, we're going to go through questions, number 1, number 2, and number 3. There's 3 questions to this. So I'm going to kick things off with the first questions to this. So the first question is this: what was your favorite tearjerker song by either both artists or one or the other? And I'm gonna say, starting with me, for my favorite tearjerker song by either artist, I'm only gonna give one, and I'm gonna give you Patti LaBelle's "If Only You Knew." When I first heard that song, I was like, who, what, when, where, how, why, all of those, whatever you call those in school. All of those, like, dang, like, who is this person? How they do this? Where'd it come from? And then I saw Kiki Wyatt do it, and I was like, what is going on in there? Is this real life? So my tearjerker song is gonna be "If Only You Knew." So I'm gonna kick things over to Mr. Anthony right now. I want you to tell me, what's your tearjerker song? Both of them, or one or the other?
I'm gonna definitely have to go with Patti LaBelle. It was a real moment, and it was on my own. What happened with that around the time of this era? My cousin, one of my favorite cousins, had just had a baby, and her boyfriend had snuck off to Chicago, had drove from St. Louis to Chicago, and didn't tell nobody. But she had a brand new baby. They ended up having a car accident, and she died. The baby died.
Mm.
The baby was under the back of the window. So I remember that song coming on the radio at my aunt's house, at her mom's house, playing over and over and over and around that time. So that's a real tearjerker because my family was devastated at that time. On my own. Yep.
Right. Don't go there again. Don't you start now. All right, cool. So thank you for that. Anthony. So Rocky, talk to me. What's your tearjerker song from either one or both of them?
I think I'm more of, I remember growing up, I heard more of Patti than Gladys Knight. My parents they're very old school. They're in their 60s. So I remember hearing maybe a few things of Gladys, but Patti LaBelle was the one where I knew the most songs. And I'm like you, "If Only You Knew" was one, and "You Are My Friend." I remember listening to that.
Yeah, my friend.
I used to play that, so I was just like, "Come on!" I was
Gotcha.
Hey.
Memories. I see you. We're going back. Memories. Thank you for that, Rocky. Appreciate it. Thank you. Awesome. So Dan, talk to me. One or both. What was your tearjerker song?
Mine would be Patti LaBelle. Somewhere Over the Rainbow,
Okay,
or her One Night Only live album. I snuck my mom's iPod at one time, and I just need something to put a whole bunch of music on. And out of nowhere, she had it on there, and I think it just popped up by accident. I'm doing nothing, and I'm like, ooh, ooh, and it's just Over the Rainbow, but like I'm balling right here. I'm like, I couldn't even talk. I couldn't get anything out, and so it got me. It got me. It shut me up. It got me crying out of nowhere. Mom comes in the room. What are you doing? Just, I'm here. I'm
Bless my
good.
life, mama. Patty.
Okay.
Patty. I like that.
And I don't even know where it came from, but I really loved it. Her voice, everything.
Thank you for that. Awesome. That's what I'm talking about. Woo, woo. Okay, cool. So the next question is this. This is going real good, y'all. I'm loving this. Y'all keep it up now. Question number 2. Favorite bop to jam to in headphones by either or both artists. So I got one by both. So by Patti LaBelle, my jam in my headphones is I'll Never, Never Give You Up. You know what I'm saying? Just when it comes on and it gives you that, that bop with them drums, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's some old school shit. So I definitely bops with that. And then from Gladys Knight, it was Heard It Through the Grapevine, because I sing at weddings, and goddamn, that's the song that they make you sing at every damn wedding. Goddamn, Heard It Through the Grapevine. So those are my favorite bops to jam to in my headphones. So I'm gonna keep that same order what I did for this particular question. First, I'm gonna go Anthony again. So come, Mr. Anthony, talk to me. Favorite bop to jam to in your
I think
headphones.
I would go Gladys Knight. I bopped at Neither One of Us.
Come on, yeah.
That was my jam. And with Patti LaBelle, it's forever ending. Like, Patti LaBelle is my girl. At that time I had just came out into the gay scene, just came out the closet. So all of the transsexuals was doing me, and all of the drag queens was doing her performance shows. So, and they had Patti LaBelle down. I don't know if you know, it's a guy named from St. Louis called Al Fern. He was the Patti LaBelle, like around the United States. Yeah.
All right, now we have to look him up, because now I want to know, because I know a lot of people.
Legendary.
Seen some queens out here in New York doing real good, but
last name Kelly. Last name Kelly.
Last name Kelly. Kelly. Got it. We're gonna look it up. Patty Kelly out there. We're gonna Google Patty. # Kelly. Something. We're gonna find it. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. All right. So Rocky, tell me your favorite bop to jam to in your headphones. Either artist or both of
them. Okay, so I'm more of like 90s fan, but I think the song I will bop no matter who sings it is If Only You Knew. You got Kiki Wyatt, you got SWV. I mean, whoever sings it very well. And then, of course, Patty, I listen to that, but that's my bop as far as the Patty. Gladys Knight, Midnight Train to Georgia. That's the one that always sticks the most with her.
Gotcha.
Sorry,
okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you, Rocky. Okay, cool. So Dan, talk to me. Your favorite bop to jam to in your headphones by either or both artists. We can hear you.
So don't judge me, but I just, after listening to Versus, I went and I listened to a whole bunch of Gladys Knight, because I was like, why don't I know half of these songs? And I just found probably like this morning, I Who Have Nothing. And I'm just sitting here like on repeat, like, ooh, all right, like it sings to my soul somehow. The way she just hits it's magic. It's like ear magic. It gives you like this amazing eargasm, and you're like, let me leave it on repeat for about an hour and don't judge me. Just let it happen.
I love it. Awesome. Cool. Awesome. The last question real fast to get rid of for the beat test of Homos Tea today. What song or delicious dish do you think will get the most social media talk? And we want to answer for each artist. So for me, I'm going to say Gladys Knight's banana pudding, because I can't stop thinking about what I saw in the commercial. My whole insides is just wanting to just stick my finger in there and just give it a taste, because it just looked like it tastes so good. And she looked like she made it with love, a little old and beautiful self, just sitting there singing with all the love and all over it. And hopefully she ain't got corona the way she was breathing all over it. But you know what I'm saying? The way she was just singing and I'm just saying, shit, I'm being real. It's 2020 now. Shit, we live in the real times. You know what I'm saying? As long as she got tested, she ain't got corona to be singing all over it like that. But it was so cute. So I would say definitely the social music we're talking about, banana pudding. And I'm again, like Rocky was saying, one of my favorite. Like I feel like because of all the people that have done the remake of If Only You Knew, now because it's being brought back to the forefront, some of those people who've done it before is gonna, those videos are gonna fester, as well as some new artists and some new people are gonna do it. So I feel like for me, when it comes to social media talk. It's gonna be Patty and with If Only You. If Only You Knew. So Anthony, with you, what song or delicious dish do you think will get the most social media talk? Each artist, talk to me.
Like you just said, Patti LaBelle, If Only You Knew. I got her hands down.
Okay, you with that?
And then when it comes to the
Got
food, I would definitely say Gladys Knight because I went to her restaurant in Atlanta, Gladys Knight Chicken and Waffles, and I always got the smothered chicken with rice, hands down.
Hands down. Oh,
Hands
you look
down.
excited. Talk about it. Look at
Yes,
you.
sir.
You like you're about to lick your fingers.
No, it was really delicious, and I'm not really a rice person or with gravy, but that dish, that was my go-to when I was in Atlanta, my go-to, Gladys Knight. But I mess with Patty Pies too, so it's like a toss-up. Yeah, I'm a type of person, like, when it comes to like our Black queens, it's really hard for me to ever pick a side because they all do great things and have done great things and have been like the forerunners. So I can never choose nothing. I got to give it up for both of them.
Right, got you. Awesome, cool. That's what I'm talking about, baby. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So, Rocky, talk to me. What song or delicious dish you think will get the most social media talk? Each person, give it to me.
Oh my God, song. I'm gonna be torn with this one. So if I'm talking about food, that when I saw that when I saw that vanilla pudding, what was that? The vanilla pudding, and the way she licked
Banana
it,
pudding. Yeah.
banana pudding. Oh my God, that looked good. That did look good. I do want to try Patty's macaroni and cheese because everybody can't make macaroni and cheese. So I want to try that macaroni and cheese. But like I have to go with Patty again with If Only You Knew, because that's I mean, most of the generations, they know that song.
Yeah.
Gotcha. See, we all on the same page here. I'm liking what we're doing. I'm hearing this. I'm liking this. All right, cool. So Dan, last but not least, talk to me. Dish or song from each person you think social media is going to be raving about?
So I'm going to disrupt the record right here because sadly I don't have anything for Gladys. Again, I just had to go into her discography after hearing the verses, so I'm a little disappointed on that end. But a Patty Pie will always have me forever. I just discovered it about a year ago. I went to Walmart. I was like, "Ooh, Patti LaBelle has a pie." It was all she wrote because every single paycheck I got a couple Patty Pies.
So Patty, you got to support her here.
Like,
as you can see,
yeah,
Patty, you haven't supported Patty. You got some people buying pies. You got some people buying Patty Pies. Okay, look, give us a shout out, Patty.
By all means.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, those of you tuning in live right now, if you have something you want to say, please type it in the box. We do see it. Somehow, some way, the sky makes it work, clouds and all that. It works, and we can see what you're saying. So please let us know. That is is going to conclude our beat test for what we're doing. So that was pretty dope, guys. Oh man, that was pretty dope. Thank y'all, for making that happen. That was super dope. Everybody made their things move, and I think we got Yuri coming in at some point soon to rock with us, Miss Queen of the Homos Talk Show. But yes, that round of beat test is one of the best I've had, the best I've experienced. So y'all shout out to y'all in the room today. So if you're in the room, we can get things moving to the next to our next topic. If not, I'll keep things moving as captain of the show today. Doesn't matter. Got it.
Yeah.
I was told the powers that be told me to hold on. I'm holding on.
Hey, babe, I'm on the Zoom call. It's right there right there. You want to give me a hug? I love you. You can, baby.
What's your cash out?
Just use my number. I love you.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Love you too. Bye-bye.
Shirley. Hey, Shirley. She bought you something? I'm just kidding. I just always call her by Shirley. She
came and had to come pick up her closure.
Oh, okay. Come on. She about to be Roy. Y'all better act
Right.
like y'all know we live, y'all. If you in LA, you trying to get Roy. With
You
your
hear
hair,
me?
you got to talk to the king.
The money never
The
stops.
king of hair. Come on, talk to the king of hair in LA, y'all. I better talk to him now. He's a real deal. That's why you got his cherries out.
Hey, you know what? I just came back from the pool. I had almost forgot about this interview. So I'm like, damn, I really want to get dressed, but I'm like, why not just stay like how I'm vibing right now? The weather's great in LA. I wanted the sun to hit my body. I needed a little bit of a tan. Just got back in the gym, had to do them push-ups. So I was like, you know what? Let me pull up the first TV and see if I can pull the verse out of some people.
Ooh, you're trying to start trouble in the building, trouble in paradise in the building. Watch out, watch out. We're here for it. All right, Chris, so we're going to keep things moving, y'all. We're going to keep things moving. So our second topic of today for Homos Tea is it's the Mercury News article, California. No, it's not that one. Sorry, it's Newsweek article. Let me go back. So the Newsweek article with Ronald McDonald and Burger King mascot sharing a kiss and the message of love on the ad. So in the ad, Aaron really digs this, especially when accompanied by the fact that Helsinki Friendland Burger King corporate created this ad to ease the King-Donald, rivalry over all these years and show that love wins overall. So, however, at what point does corporate reaching out and attempting to relate to our LGBTQ community go from being helpful and into being presumed, pandering, and appropriation? So that's what we're going to talk about today. Hopefully, you guys have had a chance to check it out and look at the picture and see the ad. But, we want to know at some point, when is it, attempting to, at what point would the corporate reaching out and attempting to relate to our LGBT community go from being healthy into being presumed, pandering, and appropriation? So that's what we're talking about. And I guess I'll start with myself. When it comes to, LGBTQ and pride and all that, it's always important for me, I feel, to see where we are right now in this time as things progress. I like to see things progress, right? And so this is progression, but to what extent? Now, looking at that, it was a little shocking because I would have never expected to see that in that sense, like in America. I mean, that's a lot, you know what I'm saying, for, I think that's a lot for people to take in, to look at and see, like, and suggesting it by saying it, doing something, that's one thing. But putting that up in your face, it, to me was like, whoa. So it was a little bit shocking for me to see. But it's a different step in a different direction at a different time. We're living in a day and time where media and visual is the most important thing we have because most people are still in. So I don't want to knock them for what they're doing and what they're trying to put out and what they're spreading. I just think it takes pride to the next level. So if they're doing this, what's next? That's how I see it. If this is where you're going now, then what are you doing after this? What are you going to do, to the next step? So I'm going to go with Dan on this one, and I'm going to start with you. What do you think, and what are your thoughts on this? When does it go too far from being, helping to, appropriation and pursuing?
I definitely think this could have been done differently. You can obviously see where they're going. They're trying to sit up here and show support. We're trying to represent for gay people. It definitely could have been done differently because I remember in the article it said like something about them trying to do a McWhopper. McDonald's said we could do better, and after seeing that, I'm like, yeah, they could have did a lot better than an illustration that's gonna like shake people up before they go get a burger. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to, you want to just go to burger and fries. And like, even myself, I would have been like, all right, like, yeah, go sis, I'm here for it, come on. But then at the same time, like, it's also going to shift a lot of people in a different way because there are haters out there. There's going to be people who be like, oh, look at these two. Like you don't, I think it could have been.
Look at this gay shit on the wall. Don't look at it. Don't let the kids look. Right. I totally agree with you on that. Like, that's why I said it shocked me. I didn't expect, right, hide your kids, hide your wife. I didn't expect to see that myself, so I totally get what you're saying. So, Anthony, talk to me on your opinion on this. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. What do you think about, what is your opinions on all of this?
I think it was very disturbing, and as we can see, America is really showing who they truly are on all levels, but we're going to stick to this McDonald's thing and Burger King right now. I think that I'm a real big advocate for keeping children's subconscious mind clean. Because the images that they see become embedded in their subconscious. And that's like, give the children a chance to choose what direction they want to go. They could have chose them just holding hands and shaking hands and high-fiving. To actually kiss and then to put his hand on that man's face and kiss like that, that was too far, too much, and too below. it's an epic fail for me. It's like that's what America's based on, homosexuality. They run in the world, but they don't want it to be known, but they peeping their heads out.
Well, look, you can't hide America. When other countries are doing shit like this, baby, you can't hide, because you know why? The queen of it all, the internet, is gonna be like, hey America, so you know this is what we're doing over here, and we got to see it anyway. So can't hide.
Yeah, that's whack.
Right. Yeah, that was I just feel like you guys, it could have been done a different way. Talk to me, Rocky. What do you think about this? When does it go too far, or
So as uncle of 6, the babies, I mean, I'm all for representation because we do exist, but it could have done with some taste. You don't have to have characters slopping each other down, because at the end of the day, as a kid, like when I was a kid growing up, I didn't, at 5 and 6, I didn't think about if I wanted to be with a girl, if I wanted to be with a boy. You know what I mean? I was just being a kid. So I'm like, you guys, like, when were you guys thinking about, these children want to get them a Happy Meal and they got to see something like that? And now they're asking all kind of questions where some of these parents are not ready to expose or talk to the 4 or 5-year-old child and say, hey, this is what happens. Then you got to break down the birds and bees, and then they, you know what I mean, and all this other stuff. It's so much, and so much a child could take in. Do you see what I'm saying?
Subconsciously, yes.
There's only so much a child can take in.
Ooh, you just said some
shit. You have to force.
You just said some shit.
A child to grow up. You have to let a child be a child, and then when they get older,
make that choice.
Make that choice.
Y'all just opened up some things I ain't even thinking about just now until you said that about the kids. I ain't ready to have that conversation right now. I'm just not right now. Not mine. I ain't ready to just. That's a little bit too much right now because of other doors were open. I guarantee you, not ready for that. Yeah. Wow. So thank you guys for that. Wow, this was a good talk. Well, I'll tell you, that was a good topic. And those of you who are tuning in live, please, like, comment, subscribe, talk to us, let us know, what you guys are thinking, because, we like when you guys get involved in what we're doing. It will be null and void to do what we're doing if you guys don't get involved. Again, that was from Newsweek, Ronald McDonald, and Burger King mascot shirt, Kiss and Love Conquers all ad. Go check it out if you ain't seen it. It's really shocking. But it was done in Finland. So just so you know, that's the whole reason why. America, they be policing everything. But what our next topic, it was from Mercury News. And it says California moves to consider reparations for slavery. Sorry, my list gets in the way sometimes. Reparation for slavery, y'all. The talking points of this is this: African American reparations come up around this time in elections every single cycle, and it's often met with a "but is it possible?" rebuttal. As a nation, we already pay reparations to many other groups. What might African American reparations look like under your rule? Part 2. So let's first start. It's 2 parts to this. So the first part is this: what might African American reparations look like under the rule if they say this is really going to happen? So this is what we're going to start. It's 2 parts to this. So quick and easy. Let's keep it moving like we've been doing. We've been doing an amazing job. But what reparations may look like? To be honest, I feel like this, because giving people money who's never really had money is just going to make them broke. Once you buy things that you never had before, do all this and that, you'll be back to square one because you ain't invested the money or just the things you needed to do along the way to contain and keep the money. So I say maybe, certain communities in different areas and different towns, every state has a certain community, like certain communities and things like that, in addition to money, maybe not all at one time. Maybe it's a certain, like a stipend, like certain countries that has, like living amount of, like living stipends, and you live off these stipends, as well as certain housing things. Like set it up. I feel like we deserve to have some of these 40 acres in the mule land out here. Set it up. Some of these beat down places ain't nobody living in. Fix it up for us. Make it very nice and high tech. You know what I'm saying? Put the good shit in there, with the good appliances and shit, and let us, be able to, do things in a different way. So we can live and manage the way we want to live, the same way y'all live. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the best way, because just giving people money, if you give people money they never had, man, don't know what to do with it, they're gonna end up back broke again, because that money gonna be gone. Look at the people that win the lottery. Win the lottery, broke as a joke. Win the lottery, back to being broke as a joke.
Well, that's on them.
That is on them. Oh, he's like, give me my money. Go ahead, Anthony. Go ahead,
Shit.
since you want to talk about it.
Yeah, long as it's not
like to you?
long as it's not attached to taking that COVID-19 vaccine, I'm cool. Drop it all on me, baby. I'm used to some money and some bread. I'm gonna show you how to merely make it rain. So give me mine, all of mine. Thank you, ancestors, for even bringing that to their minds. Thank you, Father God, for even having to have that conversation.
Is it all of it?
Go and drop them jewels and let me go and sit back and relax. How about that?
Yes, give me all of them. Give me all the coins.
Give me all of it.
Don't give it to me over 12 years. Give it to me now.
No, as long as it ain't attached with no strings attached with COVID-19s and following the ways of the wicked, give it to me.
Got you. Got it. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So Rocky, talk to me. What do you think about what do you think about all this? Part one of all this, what do you think about it? Talk to me.
I think.
What does it look like to you? Reparations for African Americans.
What does it look like?
Mhm.
Just equal opportunity, like the people that like with education, allow our Black men to go get our education and make it for the ones who had it hard. You know, a lot of people didn't have that choice to go off to college and make something better of themselves. You know what I mean? They didn't have those opportunities, especially when, you know, the influences or like, you know, like the areas they were in or, you know, situations, circumstances they were, you know, born into that they had no control of. I want to see opportunities for Black men to do better or be better.
But the black men are gonna want to have to make that difference though. That's gonna be something.
They are, but I feel you. But then there's people that do want that opportunity that like they probably had screwed up at you know in the past. But you know what I mean, there's some people that as they get older, they like, damn, the decisions I made, it wasn't all, you know what I mean?
Because a lot of people, let me tell you something. Like right now, everybody got that money from EDD, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many people open up businesses? How many people actually got their credit together? How many people bought a home? Do you know most people that I've seen out here in Rodeo Drive have been all Black people shopping at the Gucci and the Louis Vuitton stores?
Yeah.
You know, so I'm basing the reason that's why I responded to you because everybody doesn't have the need. You're a Black man that have that mind, and there's other people out there that's just like you, and I applaud that. But other people like he said at the top of it, a lot of people just gonna get the money, blow it, and you'll never knew they had it.
Yeah, and I get that too because there's people I do know from personal experience that are like that go ahead and just blow their money. But I mean, when you give anybody money, you give them the right to make a decision.
Right.
You know,
I think
they can make their own decision about it. But for the ones who want to do, they do self
for sure.
So
themselves.
saying basically this, and then we're gonna go to Dan. Listen, two options: give me my money, or give it to me in installments so that I can keep a hold of it. I think that maybe based on what we've been saying this far, general consensus, that seems like the best thing to do. But, you know, before we keep it moving and get to part two of this, as reported with Dan over in Philly, what do you think respirations look like for African Americans and doing this new world?
I don't think we could really put like first off, I can't tell you how it should be done because I have no authority on this whatsoever, but I don't think you could really put a price tag on reparations because there's a lot of damage done. There's a lot of damage done and a lot of damage still going on. So you must sit here and put a price tag on it. Well, what happens if the damage that's done doesn't equal up to because I feel like I'm worth like $1 billion and you're damn right, you better drop every single cent in my pocket. But you can't do that, you know, because then everybody's going to get $1 billion. So like, I don't think you can really put a price tag on it. But I definitely agree with setting things up for people who don't really have opportunities and making sure that even if like, by all means, everybody is their own grown person. They want to do it. They don't want to do it. Sadly, not to speak on my family, but I do have a brother who decides that he is going to remain where he's at rather than push himself further and forward. And, you know, to each his own. However, like with all these things out here, that's kind of a waste of an opportunity. There are so many people that gave you so much and fought for so much to get you out of this little spot, and you just gonna sit here and be like, "No, I'm good." That doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's kind of trash. No tea, no shade. It's trash. You know. But it is. Yeah. And I again, it's coming from like a personal spot because there's a lot that could be done, especially with how our world is right now. I'm not a political person. I'm not anything like that. But with everything that's going on right now, we should be the kind of people striving to go forward. And a system in place for people who don't really have too much, that would be perfect. But they got to take advantage of that opportunity.
You lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So no matter how many horses you can lead to the water, but if they ain't gonna drink the water and get woke, they just, what's the point? Yes, y'all better come in here and talk about
but
it.
for those who do,
But for those who do,
okay,
give me
those
my money.
Who do,
Got it.
Okay, give it.
Yes,
Period.
come on. Don't make me want to give it right. No, let's not go there. Give me my money.
Right
Right
in
in my
my
pocket.
Got it.
Okay.
Listen. Hopefully, the powers to be are listening, and whatever happens, at least give us the option. Give me my money, or I'm gonna let you hold a little bit and figure it out.
yeah.
My coin
So
is my
part two of
dog
this real
hair.
fast. All of them, pesos, dineros, everything. So the last part of part two of this before we end the homos tea is this. It says playing, and we're gonna play devil's advocate. That's what we're gonna do a part two of this. It says aside from there aren't enough acres, and there aren't enough mules reasoning, why would you continue the cycle of letting it be a talking point for a few months until it drops off the plate post-election? You know what I'm saying? Maybe the restoration should be for African Americans should go state by state instead of federally, nationwide. But some states like Vermont, New York, and Texas have given consideration to this. But to play devil's advocate, why would you continue the cycle of letting it be a talking point for a few months until it drops off the plate post-election? And I feel like, of course, you want to bring it up because you want Black people to get some votes in some way, or sway this way or sway that way, or whatever the hell you're trying to do, whatever your motive may be, you're trying to find a way. And so, if you can't get it through the LGBTQ vote, if you can't get it through, especially now with Black Lives Matter, you got to really dig deep to get to, Black votes. You got to really figure out what you're talking about, what you're talking about, stand by and be strong, and not just put a Black person behind you in the vice presidency. I'm just saying. But to each his own.
The right Black
I feel like the right Black person though, right? But to each his own. I will say on my end, it's just smart as a campaign. If I was a campaign, if I was a candidate, presidential candidate, I probably didn't say that right, but you know what I mean. If I was one of them, then I would, be smart to do it. You know what I'm saying? Just because of what's going on, especially now today with Black Lives Matter and all the things that are happening in today's time. So I'm gonna go with Dan on this one. Talk to me. What do you think, playing devil's advocate? Why do you think they will keep it going until let it fall off after post-election happens?
Well, I don't think they a lot of them let it fall off. I think they keep it in mind, but it's amplified at this time. Because it's time to run them their numbers and the people that's going to vote for them, run them their people. Now it's time to turn up the heat on this. Because honestly, I don't think it's on the back burner for a lot of people. It's just all right, it's a buzz in my ear, but now it's just the speakers at 12 right now and it's screaming. And like you said, it shouldn't dial back. I don't know what. Again, not a political person, don't have any influence here, but I wouldn't know what I would do to try and keep this in people's view, aside from just speaking on it, constantly going around and talking on it. But words can only do so much, as we already seen with the protests. The protests can only do so much. So I feel like if you don't know what to do, you find somebody who is capable and trained, studied, learned on it. That way they can guide you in the direction. Because they are the people that we need to look into, not looking at somebody like myself or somebody in a worse situation like a Trump who's in a spot that he doesn't need to be in.
Period.
But stop it! I don't agree with that.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna stick to the topics so we can go all day. Sorry. Trump 2020. Trump is doing a lot of things that people don't believe that he's actually doing. You have to really pay attention because Democrats were the first people that found the KKK. First of all, yes, they've had a lot of things that they've redone and rebuilt into the institution. But the Democratic Party right now, anybody that's affiliated with Bill Gates and supporting Bill Gates and his agenda, I'm not rocking with him. For that alone, I'm rocking with Trump. Trump is also dismantling globally child trafficking. Okay, it's the children are the future. That's one thing. So so going back to that, that's another conversation for another day. But Trump is doing a lot. Really do your research. Don't be a Democrat because your grandmama and your aunties was. Follow and do your research.
I like that. I think we all learned something today because
I
I
do
definitely
too, because
was not rocking with Trump in any way. But again, I like when people who are versed in what they know can, educate a brother. You know what I'm saying? So I think that doesn't make,
I
don't get it
was
twisted. Don't mean I'm
unaware,
going to
so
jump on the
thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, we
But it's
both
like
learned.
but right now, this season right now is pick your poison. This is pick your poison season. Because
I
we
agree.
damned if we
Yeah,
don't,
absolutely.
and we damned if we do. Only thing Trump needs to get together is this rhetoric between when it comes to the black and white thing. All right. Now that's
He ain't got no sense of it.
oh, but guess what? But on the other side of the pole, we got people that want to get us vaccinated, mandated vaccine. Vaccines has not even been tried, and the people that have had the vaccines are now coming up with these strange diseases. The Democrats are ready to push that. And if you notice, after George Floyd's incident, when he died, they came out and said that he had COVID-19. And the next day after they said it on the news, Bill Gates' wife came out and said the first responders are going to be the people that we vaccinate first. Then after that, we're going to get to the black community. The whole goal, Bill Gates and his family and his wife are about eugenics. That's population control. That's why they own and run Planned Parenthood. They've always been about killing us. And on top of that, the reality is they're trying to find the bloodline of Jesus to destroy it. Do your homework, do your research, or DM me.
Ooh, this is a whole nother day, whole nother time, whole nother situation. Aaron, show producer Skies That Be, please be thinking about some things that we can come up with this because we're gonna have to take this to another level at some point in time. Because I love it. Doesn't mean I'm gonna jump on the Trump train today. I'm just saying. I ain't that convinced. But I do know that my eyes are opened in a different way that they weren't before. So thank you for that. I'm going to get to Rocky, and then we're going to close out Homo's Tea and get to the topic of today. But Rocky, talk to me. Playing devil's advocate, why do you think they will keep it going after, and it tends to drop off post-election? What do you think?
I feel like it's again. I'm sorry, I was thrown off because I was. I'm sorry. Let me back up before I answer that question. Me and you definitely got to talk because
Let's go.
Yeah, he said DM him. Come on, put him on your DM. What? Get him. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, but anyways, back it up. I just think it's just a cat and mouse thing. You know what I mean? I would say that. I guess for me, I can't speak for anybody else, but I'm one of those people. I just got to see it to believe it. It's so many people that we had brought into office and they was just talking and talking. And then, you know what I mean? And then you see them, what they've been doing. And granted, I love me some Obama. It took a hell of a president to just pull out what George Bush, did or whatever. I'm for Joe Biden, but I gotta do some research.
You better do some research.
I get it, but let's not forget that they're already giving aspirations to other groups. So it's not like it's impossible. It's not like it's not happening already. It is happening, and they have things in place to make it happen.
I think it's going to happen, and I feel like they're going to go by. I think this is what I feel. I feel like it's going to happen. They're going to look at people who've been making money. Money begets money. So those who've already been noted, that's been making money, they gonna know who's been making money and who what to give that bundle to. And everything else is gonna be done appropriately. Because if you ain't used to nothing, why give you a whole bunch of something you ain't used to nothing? But I can give you something to appease you. That's my take on it. I do believe that it's.
Some people will be okay with, hey, let me get 20,000 and I'm cool. But some people who are smart enough and who are woke are gonna know that 20,000 ain't nothing compared to what it should be. So that's what's gonna come down to. Like you said, you're gonna have the option to take, so ultimately, this has been a great Homo's Tea. A lot of people want to pay, people can pay for so many different things. So you have so many bills right now, especially people who took those, unfortunately, wasn't woke, right? Took those monies and those checks and those unemployments and was in the Gucci store, like Anthony said, instead of saving their money up, investing it and paying their rent. And, trying to live tax-free. Our show producer said that we could live tax-free as Black people. Now, that's a whole nother,
that would be lovely. That'd be lovely.
That's it. Come on. Okay. That's something we can talk about. We can sit at the table and have a little dinner, have a little supper and talk about that. Now, tax-free for Black people now. Come on, powers that be. You need to calm down.
At least for 5 years. 5 to 10 years, I would love it.
No tax.
Everywhere I go, I don't get taxed on nothing that I buy.
We deserve that. We
Yeah.
deserve that. We deserve that. But yeah, again, that's, we're gonna take it back to all the topics we talked about today, and give people a chance that want to, be a part of what we did to be a part of it. But shout out to y'all in the room today. Yeah, this was really good. Ooh, this was good. This was so good. This was really a great episode, a great almost tea, should I say,
Yeah.
on today. So y'all, shout out to y'all, hands down. For those who are tuning in now live or who are tuning in later on, I'm going to reiterate what we talked about today for Almost Tea so that you guys can be a part of what we did. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Feel me? You can't do anything else before you do that. Like, comment, subscribe. And also, ladies and gentlemen, we are iHeartRadio and we on Spotify. We're doing big things.
Okay.
And we're
Okay.
live. A lot of things have happened in the Corona's time. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no stopping now. We making
Hey,
moves. You know what I'm
we
saying?
on the
So
move.
we're on the move. So make sure you guys are tuning in the best way you can. We're even live now on Facebook and live now on YouTube. So, for those of you out there, first thing we talked about was our Beats Us, also known as the Versus TV and Apple Music, all that good stuff. But recently, Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight were on. And if you saw the commercials and all the things they were doing, super dope. We loved it. We enjoyed it. I will say this, and we're not going to go around and, but I will say this. The only thing that was making my skin crawl was that they were singing with the tracks. And the words on the screen, fine, but to sing with the tracks, like with not like actual tracks, meaning it had to be a band. I mean, like singing along, like like with the actual track that was made in 1987. Singing along with the track, but like singing with it. Like, no, like just listen to it. Then I was so like I couldn't get into it. I had to speed past it. I'm sorry, y'all, but
That's
that really,
because you're but stop it. That's because you're a musician. And that's your technique that you wouldn't do. However, other people clearly could feel comfortable with that. Because I would definitely
I
sing
get
for
it.
track. Easy.
Oh,
live is
no.
great. And it's clear that they can sing live. Don't get it twisted. It's clear that they can sing live.
Not for the verses though. Like Brandy and them may sing. They just did a little.
Yes, they
Brandy
do.
sung the hell out of every song. You heard her harmonies in the background.
I know, but it was different. Because like when Patti LaBelle was getting them together, when she was like, listen, why my words not on the screen? Why is this not?
Because she told you she forgot some of the words. Them ladies there in 80.
No, nothing wrong with that. I lived for that. I'm saying I lived for it because being who she is, I would have did the same thing. I was like, excuse me, this is not right. Y'all got me up here sitting in the living room, doing this concert. You got me with all my shoes. I got my whole guard with me, ready to give a whole show. Ready. And y'all playing with me. This is not right. Yeah, I'm sorry. But I just wanted them to like that the singing, like it was because their words wasn't on the screen and because they wasn't getting their stuff right, it made me a little, disjointed. But anyway, so for those of you out there, sorry, I got sidetracked. I should have been focused. For those of you out there, we talked about that doing our verses, and we had 3 questions. First question was your favorite tearjerker song by either or both artists. Second question was favorite bop to jam in your headphones by either or both artists. And the third question was what song or delicious dish do you think will be the most, what we talked about most on social media? And that was for each artist. So let's know what you think down below. Second thing we talked about was a Newsweek article with Ronald McDonald and Burger King mascot when they sure kissed and the ad, The Love Conquers. Oh, yeah, it was a lot. You guys got to check it out. If you don't Google it, it was done in Finland. So it wasn't in America, but of course we're talking about it. And so what we talked about was this. Aaron, our show producer, really digs this. He liked it. No judgment, Aaron. Especially when accompanied by the fact that Heemslick Finland Burger King corporate created this ad to ease the Burger King McDonald rivalry and show that love wins. However, at what point does corporate reaching out and attempting to relate to our LGBTQ community go from being helpful into being presumed pandering and appropriation? So that was the first topic. Second topic we talked about was an article from the Mercury News, which was California moves to consider reparations for slavery. And what we wanted to know was this. African-American reparations come up around this time each and every time during an election cycle. And it's often met with but is it possible rebuttal? As a nation, we already pay reparations to many different groups. What might African-American reparations look like under this new rule? That was part 1. And part 2, playing devil advocate, we wanted to know this. Aside from there aren't enough acres and there aren't enough muse reasoning, why would you continue the cycle of letting it be a talking point a few months until, for a few months and then dropping off until the election, post-election? Maybe African American reparations should go by state to state instead of federally nationwide. Vermont, New York, and Texas have already given consideration in the past. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, those are the 3 things we talked about. That's what our Homos Tea. Like, comment, subscribe, and follow us on iHeartRadio, follow us on Spotify. And yeah, that's been Homos Tea for today's the week of September 14th, right here live, on Verse TV.
Hey.